Welcome. Today it is about how you can improve your relationship and thus your life with the help of astrology. If the fire in your relationship of your passion is only burning on a low flame, how you can find a way back to a fulfilled and happy partnership. Because in your horoscope you will find the answers of all your questions, and today we talk about the secret of a very amazing horoscope. And at the end I will tell you something very important. But first, a warm welcome here on my YouTube channel. And if you would like to receive a weekly energetic and astrological update, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter. All information can be found right here in the info box below this video. And if you are interested in astrology, especially the original astrology, then sign up for my free workshop on December the 17th, where you can learn a lot, how you can read the energies of the stars and the planets and use them for your life. Today, I speak about a very special horoscope. And this horoscope you only find in the Vedic Astrology system. And the most people do not really know what Vedic Astrology really is. It is a much deeper system than the Western astrological system. And there we have very special charts, horoscopes, where you can analyze a lot of different parts of your life. And today I speak of one of those divisional charts, the Navamsha, the D9 horoscope. This is not your birth horoscope. It is a microscopic view of your ninth house of your birth chart. What is so special about the ninth house? It is about luck, about happiness, about your fulfillment in life. And this chart is so special because it reveals to you how things will develop. It shows you the essence of the quality of your planets, their secret, and how you can master your life. It shows you what your Dharma is, that you want to fulfill in this life. And it also shows you how your relationships and partnerships will evolve. And today you will get a lot of information how to read this horoscope and what you need to do if your relationship is not really working, to transform it back into a happy relationship. And actually, I prepared this information for my advanced course in Vedic Astrology in my online academy. But I believe it is so interesting that it can help many of you to improve your own relationships. And if you want a D9 horoscope, you can order it in our online shop. The link is in the info box below this video. And if you want to learn more about astrology, then feel free to join my workshop. The D9 horoscope, we also call it the Navamsha, brings up a lot of information about your Dharma. But let's first look what it shows you about your relationship and your love life, and how you can develop it to keep the fire alive. And the nice thing is, you do not need to look at a horoscope of your partner. You can find your partner in your horoscope. You see what is important to him. You see his patterns and his behavior. And how do you now read this horoscope so that the secrets reveals itself to you? There are 3 important things you should look at. And of course, there is much more to find out. But that would now be for my advanced students in astrology. What are the 3 things that reveal the secret of your Navamsha horoscope and your relationships? But before I start, another thing, you should have as accurate as possible the birth time. Otherwise, your Navamsha may not really be correct. Often the exact minute does not matter, but a few minutes difference could falsify it. It changes sign every 15 minutes. So, the first thing you should look. You look where your ascendant is located in this horoscope, because that can be a completely different ascendant than you have in your birth horoscope. So you look where the letters A, S, C are. They stand for the first house, also in your birth chart and also in your Navamsha chart. And you look where the ruling planet of this first house is located. Every house, you have 12 houses in your horoscope, and every house has a ruling planet. For example, for Aries, it is the planet Mars. For Taurus, it is the planet Venus, and so on. And if you order a horoscope from our shop, then you will get a small ebook where you can find the assignment of the planets to the houses. And if you want to check up more, you can also use my Vedic Astrology handbook I wrote in English, and there you find a lot of information about the planets and also pictures that help you to understand those energies. And let's say that the zodiac sign Sagittarius is your ascendant, and therefore the ruling planet is Jupiter. And where is the planet Jupiter in this D9 horoscope? And you will find in the horoscope the symbols of the planets. And so you can look where the symbol of Jupiter is in which house. And I show you the symbol here. And like I told you, we have 12 houses, and you start from the position of your ascendant. And from there, you look where Jupiter is and you count those houses. And maybe if Jupiter is in the 5th house from the starting point, that would be the sign of Aries. And then the topics of the 5th house will be very important for you in your marriage or partnership. What are the topics of the 5th house? This is about children, but also that you want to improve your abilities in life. And the 5th house also stands for entertainment and for romance. And all this can be very important topics in your marriage or partnership. And if they are fulfilled positively, then the relationship will also fulfill you positively. And Jupiter is a strong planet in the sign of Aries. And Jupiter feels comfortable in this fire sign. And that means you will also have very positive experiences with your children. And Jupiter is also the guru, the teacher of wisdom. And it could be that it is important for you to teach your children higher knowledge or education that can give your relationship a deeper meaning. Or also maybe if you have common romantic trips with your partner, this can also mean that this can help you to find together, because romance is one of the big topics of the 5th house. And so this could be very important for you. And maybe also with Jupiter you want to have not only romantic events, you might go and travel to special places where you find higher energy, maybe some historical placements, because Jupiter is the planet, the guru of wisdom. And so you have to look, and if your ascendant planet is in the house where the planet sits weak or in a difficult position because also of other planets and aspects, then this could bring up problems with this topic. For example, if the moon is in the zodiac sign of Scorpio and the moon feels there isolated, the moon is there debilitated, and this can mean, if this is your 5th house, that there are secrets, maybe secrets about your children, because Scorpio is a sign that is connected to the deep waters and often to secrets. Maybe you do not feel really emotionally connected with your children. You have the feeling you cannot really fulfill your mother role because the moon stands for the mother. And this again has a non-fulfilling effect on your marriage or relationship, that the marriage is not going in the direction you had hoped for. And the moon stands for the nurturing maternal principle, and so you can learn infinitely much if you know where your ascendant is sitting in the Navamsha, the D9 horoscope. And of course we can only touch the basics here. Then there are other planets and aspects, so much more layers, and that are important when you analyze it in detail. Another example, if you have your ascendant in the sign of Gemini, then the ruling planet is Mercury, and you look where Mercury is placed in your D9 horoscope. And if it is 3 houses further in the sign of Leo, then communication is extremely important for you. You will only feel comfortable in a relationship where you can exchange your thoughts and ideas with your partner. You need a person you can talk to and maybe take short trips together. And if that is fulfilled, the marriage will work much better. And maybe trips to old historical places, because the sign Leo is also connected with our ancestors. And that can rekindle the fire of the relationship and bring back the passion. One more example before we go on. If your ruling planet is in the 10th house, then your partner can also come into your life through your career, and your career can be very important for your relationship. Or you even have a joint business with your partner, and that connects you both together very closely. Before we go on, what does it mean if your ascendant is in the 1st house? Then you have to work on yourself. It's mainly about you and your body. Take more care of yourself. Maybe not sitting on the sofa all day in the old sweatpants and not taking care about your appearance. Otherwise, it will be difficult in your relationship. And the more you work on yourself, maybe even become more confident, the better your marriage or partnership will be. If your ascendant is in the 2nd house, the 2nd house stands for your family and earning your own money. That means that you take on more responsibility for your family, maybe earn your own money, and then the better your relationship will work out. The next important thing is you look where your planet Venus is positioned in your D9 horoscope, because Venus stands for the topic of relationship and love. Venus is the most important planet in your D9 horoscope. So you look where you find this sign. This is the sign for Venus in your D9 chart. And if your Venus is in a good house, your experiences in marriage will be much more positive. And to find out which houses are good, please check the PDF you get with your D9 chart in our shop. And if Venus is placed in a difficult house, then this can bring more challenges with them, with the topic of relationship and love. But this does not necessarily mean that you do not have any relationship. Absolutely not. But the chance that you are not happy in the relationship is far greater. For example, Venus is debilitated in the sign of Virgo, and you may then have to fight more to be recognized and to claim your rights, and you may be oppressed and are not really loved. If your Venus is in the sign of Pisces, their Venus is exalted, and maybe you find the universal love there and a devotion to a greater power. And Venus is ruler of the sign of Taurus and Libra, and this means in her own houses she is normally very strong. But you have to check everything, also the other planets and the aspects. And this is really important to check where your Venus is placed in your D9 horoscope. And now, what is the third important thing you should look in your D9 horoscope to read all the information that you can find there? And that is, you check the ruler of the 7th house, where the ruler of the 7th house is located in your D9 horoscope. You look for the 7th house. You count from your ascendant in the D9 chart 7 houses, and you also count the 1st house as the first one. Very important. And so you find your 7th house. And for example, if you are ascendant Libra, then that would be Aries. And the ruler planet of Aries is Mars. And you look, where is Mars located? Because Mars speaks directly about your partner and shows you what your partner needs. It is like looking from the eyes of your partner when you check the ruler of the 7th house. How he feels, what makes him happy in a relationship, and what your partner's focus is. And by the way, in Vedic astrology, we also have moon houses, the lunar mansion, and they are also very important. But that's too much information for this video today. It is a whole other chapter. So, if the ruler of the 7th house is maybe in your 11th house, then your partner might be, for your partner it is very important to be in his circle of friends. Those friends are very important for him. Or maybe he works for a larger organization. He may be a networker and communicator. And if you know that, then you also know you should not criticize him for that, but recognize that this is important for him, that he can dedicate himself to this. And that will lead to a much better relationship. Even though he may spend a lot of time with other people and organizations, just understand that this is important for him, so that he feels comfortable. If your 7th house ruling planet is in the second house. This means that your partner wants to spend time at home and with the family so that he is well. And the nice thing is, if you can read your horoscope in this way, then you know what to do so that your partner, for example, in the relationship feels good. And if it is placed in the second house is connected to food, and maybe if you cook something amazing for him, that will make him happy. Before I come to the last important thing, realize you can't change your partner. Everyone has to go their own way, and no cure can fix a relationship if the two partners are not willing to work on it. It is about understanding, sharing love and forgiveness that can help immensely. And now, the last and very important thing I want to share today, because I already said your D9 chart is connected to your Dharma. Your Dharma is what you want to fulfill in this life, whether you are aware of it or not. And so you can recognize in your D9 chart what your path of the heart is. But above all, it becomes more active in the second half of your life, mostly after 36 years. Then your D9 chart will be very active, and you will find many answers how your future can develop in general, what your true passion is. And for example, if your D9 ascendant is located in the D9 chart in the 9th house, then maybe traveling and higher education will be very important for you and help you to fulfill your Dharma and to find your destiny in life. Or perhaps your ascendant is in the 8th house in the D9 chart. This can mean that you are interested in learning astrology, and these themes are activating most of the time in the second half of your life. And in your youth you may have had no interest in those topics at all. If you are now curious what your D9 chart offers about your relationships, your love, and your destiny, then you are welcome to order a D9 horoscope in our online shop. And as I said, it is not the birth chart, it is a divisional horoscope that is a microscopic view of your 9th house. And please share this video with like-minded people and people who are also interested in learning astrology or to understand the deeper meaning of the stars in their life. And I wish you the best. I love you. Namaste.